Hi students. Hi students. Today we are going to discuss the past paper questions 2017. According to that, the first question in the screen, that in which of the following plant is gymnosperm? First one, coconut. Second one, paddy. Third, grass. Fourth one, pinus. So we will discuss about the coconut plant. Shows coconut plant, it has leaves, right? So the leaves have find out the venation when you consider the venation. So these paper classes mostly I would like to remember the points of the GCO level and grade 10 syllabus, right? So here the when you analyze the part of this leaf, that is consists the venations, parallel venation. Not only that, if you consider the root source, that is fibrous root, right? No branches, and when you consider the flower, the flower shows 3 petals or 3 times of petals. So examples, the male flower of coconut tree, it shows 3 petals. Anyway, the petals 3 times, mostly the root system fibrous root, and the leaf venation the parallel venation, right? It can bear the flower, and fruits and seeds, right? So through the flower, fruit, seeds, so it can be so. Therefore the coconut consider as angiosperm. That means you can find out the parts of the plant definitely, what is stems, what is leaf, right? And each and every part you can identify. So the coconut is under the angiosperm. When you consider the grass also shows what? Grass also shows the root systems, fibrous root system, and the flower mostly it shows 3 times of petals, and the venation of the leaf and the venation of the leaves also shows what is parallel venation, right? Therefore it can the parts of the plant you can identify definitely, what is leaf, what is root, and the flowers and everything you can identify. So therefore it can bear the fruits and seeds. So it is under the angiosperm, bear the flower and fruits and seeds. Therefore the grass also under the angiosperm. But in these questions they have asking the questions, what is gymnosperm. Then the paddy also especially you can identify like grass, right? Paddy also like grass. This is shows a special root systems, that is fibrous root systems. You can identify the parts of the plants. Which is roots and leaves. Sometimes you can identify the flowers, right? Small flowers. The petal shows 3 petals, right? Sometime you can remember the stigma, style and ovary. It's so adapted to pollination via air. Anyway, it can bear the flower, and can make fruits and seeds. Therefore, which is under the angiosperm. Anyway, the last one, pinus. Pinus also bigger stems. You can identify the stems, and leaves also can identify like coconut leaves like that, but the size is smaller than coconut. Anyway, we have find out the parts. The mid part is there. When you analyze this, we have find out what is the seeds. Seeds are there without fruits or without flower. This non-flowering plant, the pinus, under the cycas, those are under the non-flowering plants, but bear the seeds. The non-flowering plant, especially we already studied, this is under the gymnosperm. So the 3, what is coconut and paddy and grass, those are angiosperm, especially monocotyledonous, right? The pinus is under the gymnosperm. Okay, therefore the answer, pinus, non-flowering plant, bear the seeds. We will go to the next question. Right, what is the unit of the moment of force? What is the unit of the moment of force? Moment of force, right? Moment of force is different from the momentum. Moment of force mean force into distance, force into perpendicular distance. Example, as a door, right? This is the door, this handle, between the distance from the joint to handle, say this is 8 meter, but you apply the force of this here 70 Newton. According to the equation, you can identify you can find out you can find out the moment of force. You can find out the moment of force when you try to open this door, right? This is a gate, right? It's a gate. Right, this is wall. Now what happened? We will going to open this door. We will going to open this door. The distance between the handle and the joint, because this is 8 meter. This is 8 meter. According to that, we can find out the force is 70 Newton and 8 meter, Newton meter. So that is 560 Newton meter. The moment of force is definitely different from the momentum. Momentum is mass into V. V mean velocity and mass is kilogram. But most of the students, they're thinking about this, right? What is momentum? But actually that is not a momentum. They are asking the movement of force. Movement of force is different from the momentum. Okay? So students, you should know what is momentum is different from the movement of force. Right? Momentum mean mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. Mass kilogram, velocity meter per second minus 1. That is momentum. The ball when is bearing a cannon, so that those it can 5 kilograms of ball can throw by using of cannon. That time it has certain velocity, so the mass we already know that, and the velocity. So when you multiply by mass and velocity, you can find out the momentum. But here in this question, they are asking the movement of force. So when you open the door, what is the distance between the joint and the handle? You can find out, and when you apply the force to open the door, the force multiplied by the distance, you can find out the momentum of force. Anyway, the answer we identified that Newton meter, right? That is Newton meter. Okay, so the answer we can find out, but we have to discuss about the other answers, right? This is multiple choice questions. We will discuss the next answers, but actually this is the correct answer for this question. So what is this? Joule per second. That joule per second mean power. Power is equal to energy over time. Energy over time. Energy over time. So when you consider the unit of energy, that is joule, the time in second, therefore it can be right joule per second minus 1. The same time we can identify the joule per second as watts. Right? The power unit is watts. Okay. The next answer, we will discuss the next answer, because in my way is little bit different, because I can say the answer for this question and can shift to next question, but we will discuss, we will take time to discuss the answers, right? So unit we studied what is unit joule per second minus 1. Okay, but the answer for this question is this. What is kilogram meter second minus 1 is what? Right? So kilogram mean mass. Kilogram mean mass. And meter second minus is velocity. Velocity. So mass into velocity, right? That is equal to force. According to the Newton's second law, MA, right? Sorry, this sorry, I make mistake here. This is meter second minus 2, right? Therefore, meter second minus 2 mean, this meter second minus 2 mean acceleration. This is acceleration. acceleration, mass into acceleration. Mass is m, acceleration is a, therefore mass expressed as kilogram, acceleration meter second minus 2. Therefore, it can be sourced as kilogram meter minus 2. This also past paper questions, right? This also past paper question. They are asking the what is the unit of force, fundamental unit of force. 2018 they are asking. Anyway, we can express in another form of this unit, that is Newton. I already said it. Newton meter is the answer. This also another name, Joule. Right? Then here the force kilogram meter second minus 2, that is mass into acceleration, that also Newton's second law. According to the second law, F is equal to ma. So the unit is kilogram meter second minus 2 and Newton. Okay, students, the next question, next answer, we will discuss what is next answer, right? Okay, the next answer, Newton meter second minus 2. That means this one, I am going to discuss what is this. I have find out this is indicating the power, this is indicating the force. What is this? Okay, Newton, this meter minus 2, that means force over area. Force over area known as pressure. Pressure is indicating force over area. Therefore, in the solid, therefore this is indicating pressure. So, now we can find out the correct answer for moment of force, that is Newton meter. So, third answer. Okay, students, we will go to next slide. What is the organ which mainly contributes to nitrogenous excretion in the human? So, initially we should know nitrogenous excretion. You can find out the nitrogenous excretions mean what? We studied in grade 10, first unit. There are 4 kinds of food: carbohydrate, lipids, proteins and nucleic acids. So when you consider the food, the protein which is consists carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So nitrogen's available, nitrogen elements is available especially in the protein. But carbohydrate don't have nitrogen, lipids don't have nitrogen. Especially the most part of that nitrogen available in the protein. When we eat protein, the protein is going to converted as amino acids in the intestine. Then the amino acid absorbed by the intestine, they are the small grooves villi and the blood capillaries which are absorb the amino acids and send it to the liver. The liver, if the liver have find out the excess amino acids is there, so excess amino acid which is going to converted as urea, the deamination is there, so the liver can produce urea in the liver. So you must know, students, you must know what is the urea producing in the liver. The organ which is responsible to produce urea, liver, but don't think kidney. Kidney is the organ to excrete the waste materials. Nitrogen, but the nitrogen is producing in the liver. Anyway, excess amino acids going to deaminated in the liver and producing nitrogenous substances, that's a waste substances called, that's such as urea, uric acid, creatinine. Therefore, what is there? The nitrogenous excretory materials can produce mostly through the amino acids. Sometime in the blood report, they said the amount of blood urea is high. There are so many reasons possible, but one of the reason, if they taken more proteins, it is possible, right? Because our liver can decide the amount of amino acids, right? If it is decided as a excess amino acid, which is going to converted as urea, right? We will discuss our questions here. Mostly the nitrogenous excretion in the humans, in the human skin, as a organ skin, especially the skin, especially the skin, it has, you know, the hair, through the hair, the small gland, oily gland is there. The oily glands spread through the oil somethings, and live cells here, it is response to grow the hair, because most part of the hair is dead, right? After that, we have find out the gland here, sweat gland. It can excrete sweat as a liquid substance, sweating, as a water with waste materials, such as nitrogenous materials also there. But in this question, that means urea, uric, a small amount of urea, uric acids also here. But the questions, you can mainly, they mention the mainly mean most part of the response, right? Therefore, the sweat also consists certain small part of nitrogenous excretory materials, but anyway, the mainly it is not response. And nose is not a organ for excretory, but anyway, when we consider the lungs, right, the lungs is the responsible organ to excrete waste materials. But especially when we exhale, the carbon dioxide as the waste materials. I am talking about nose and lungs. Lungs as the organ for excretory materials, but nose is the part of the respiratory system, right? But the organ is lungs, is the most response to excretory, the carbon dioxide and those kind of carbon dioxide as a waste materials from the body. Anyway, nose and the lungs is not response, but the kidneys, right? We can discuss about the kidney, right? What is the kidney? Is the bean shape, kidney is the, kidney is the bean shaped organ, and you can find out the urethra and ureterus and urinal bladder is there, right? So into the kidney, you can find out the pyramids. Then we can remember the blood vessels supply the renal veins and renal artery, renal veins and renal arteries, After that, into the kidney, we have find out the small part of the kidney, very tiny particle, about the amount is 1 million. Small functional unit, structural and functional unit. Here the functional unit is find out called nephrons, right? The nephrons are there. Nephrons, especially it is important to filter and reabsorption, and we will study later. Anyway, nitrogen excretions mean the blood enter to the foramens here, then we call granules, and the blood supply is like this. This is called nephrons. But this organ is most response to excrete the nitrogen compound, nitrogen waste materials, which is called urea, uric acid, and creatinine, right? Those are the substance. Okay. Therefore, the main organ, that according to that, the organ which mainly contribute to nitrogenous excretion in the human is, right, skin. A small amount of nitrogen substance such as urea, uric acid, creatinine can excreted. But in this question mainly, therefore kidney is the answer. But nose and lungs responds to excrete the carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen. It don't have nitrogen. Therefore the correct answer, I can write it now, the correct answer is kidney. Okay, we will move to the next question. Which of the following substance can be mixed with water to make heterogeneous mixture? There are two kind of mixtures we have find out, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous means same structure in each place of the solution or compound, same structure. But heterogeneous, there are different structure in the solution. Say the example, the lime water mean not citrus, lime water mean, here I am explaining that lime calcium hydroxide solution, that base solution. Whitewash, normally we are using whitewash, so that solution calcium hydroxide solution, CaOH twice. So when you consider the calcium hydroxide solution, you can find out the different structures in each place. But the homogeneous means sugar solution, each and every place are the same structure, right? Say example, if you consider the heterogeneous solution, right? If it is considered a heterogeneous solution, the below part there was a sedimentation like precipitation, or precipitation, but the upper area is not little bit clean. Can you remember the clean lime water clean lime water turn to milky color by help of carbon dioxide. This is identification test for carbon dioxide. So clean lime water mean, how to get that clean lime water? You have to mix the lime and stir it well and keep certain second or minutes. After 10 minutes you can find out the sedimentations are here. So the structure, when you send the torchlight here through this, the light rays, most part of the light rays can come out. When you put here the light rays, the small amount of light rays can come out. When you compare with this, because the structure is different. But if you consider the homogeneous substance, when you send the torchlight, the rays, light rays through the solution, in each place you can find out a same concentrate of light, right? The say example, if it is sent come outside the 6 rays, so here also come outside 6 rays, because the structure is same. Okay, now we will find out the answer here. Heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mean different structure of the solution. The concentrated part and the diluted part is there. That means there are some sedimentation solution possible. If there are any sedimentation or precipitation of the particles in the below part of the solution, we can say that heterogeneous solution. Here copper sulfate, this is very nice, very important chemical, CuSO4, that is CuSO4. Normally is blue color in the environment, the blue color in the room temperature. Normally it is white, is very hot time. When you heat that white color, CuSO4, white color copper sulfate, you can get that white color copper sulfate. When you heat that, you can find out white color copper sulfate. Blue color copper sulfate turn to white color when you heat it, right? When you heat the copper sulfate, right, what happened? The blue color copper sulfate turned to white color. This also copper sulfate, CuSO4. This also copper sulfate, CuSO4, CuSO4. But when you give heat energy, but when you add water droplets, so water, again it's turned to blue color copper sulfate. So therefore we are using the copper sulfate to identification test of water, and it's normally really the copper sulfate normally it is available in a blue color in the room temperature. You can remember the feeling in solution, Benedict in solution, those are using in the carbohydrate identification test, right? Those are initial color is blue color due to the reason of copper sulfate. So copper sulfate solutions as very well, it can stir in the it can dissolve in the water, so each and every part of the solution shows same color, so homogeneous solution, right? Therefore we can say the copper sulfate as the homogeneous solution, and we can remember the copper sulfate solution using in various other chemical compounds such as Feeling solution and Benedict solution. Not only that, we are using to identify the water, right. So copper sulfate is not an answer. Sugar solution also homogeneous. This is homogeneous, this is homogeneous. And ethyl alcohol, alcohols are same like arrack and everything, don't have sedimentation or precipitation, that is the homogeneous. But wheat flour, yes, I can remember when in my school life, when I prepare the gum like paste to poster, that time, right, I can remember the part of the flour sedimented after certain time, right. So the different structure, therefore I can give the answer, correct answer, I can give the correct answer, that is wheat flour, right. Okay, so we will discuss later briefly, but in this answer that is wheat flour. Not only wheat flour, soil water, that is lime water, those are the heterogeneous solutions. Okay, here you can find out the cell, right. We can save the time to draw this. Here this is called mitochondria, right. Mitochondria, that means the double layer, that two membranes are there, but actually the internal layer, internal membrane have find out some fold, with some fold, but actually it has two membrane, and into the inside of the membrane have find out a fold, some fold. Actually this is the main organ to save the energy and supply the energy. We call powerhouse, right. Because deeply we don't need to discuss, because the ADP and ATP something help to release that, but anyway after the respiration, cellular respiration into the cells, there was a respiration C6H12O6 plus 6O2 and 6CO2 and 6H2O with energy. So that energy is not a substance, anyway it's not a matter, anyway the energy can store it in another form of the energy, because we already studied there are so many energies we studied. What is electric energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, right, nuclear energy. So we already studied about this, but here through the metabolic activities into the cells, right, the glucose is going to react with oxygen and produce energy. Energy is not a matter, anyway that energy can converted is another form of the energy. Therefore through the cellular respiration, the production of energy is going to save as a chemical energy into the chemical as a ATP, ADP, but it is occur in the mitochondria. Anyway, mitochondria is the most response organ to produce energy and supply the energy and store the energy. Anyway, the nuclear is the response, especially the nuclear response for to carry the heritage. Heritage means the generation to generation, right? The features are there. So it is carried through the chromatins and everything which is available in the nuclear. The nuclear also, it has a small part that is nucleolus and chromatin. It also have find out the two membrane, right, and plasma membrane, which is extremely, the plasma membrane is the very important membrane in the animal cells and plant cells, because the plasma membrane made by carbohydrate and protein and certain part of lipids, those are very important. It can decide the enter the particles and excrete the particles, right. Sometimes it is called permeable membrane. Permeable membrane mean it can selectively, it can allow. Anyway, that is have find out that's a live membrane, and chloroplast and everything is okay. This is not a class, right. We will discuss the question. Yeah, the question is missing anyway. The question is asking what is which of the cell organelles is mostly response to release the energy. So the answer is mitochondria, right. The sixth one, which of the following oxide is basis? Which of the following oxide is basis, right. Basis mean you know that metals, right. Metals, it's sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium. The metallic oxides are base. Metallic oxide are find out base, strongly base, right. The first group 1 and group 2, that kind of oxides are MgO, magnesium oxide, K2O, and Ca oxide. Those are like base oxides. When we mix with the water, it's give solution NaOH solutions. Sorry, NaOH solution, aqueous. And magnesium is slightly dissolved in water, magnesium oxide. And water here, this is KOH, potassium hydroxide solution, and calcium also, calcium hydroxide solution. But I would like to say the metallic oxides which are producing base substances. Anyway, in these questions, which of the following oxides considers base, right? Question 6 at base. So magnesium oxide is the answer, because magnesium oxide is a metallic oxide, right. Then the second one, Al2O3, that's group 3, that is in group 3. So group 3 shows both. So group 3 mean the periodic table, right. The periodic table, you can identify hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, right. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, and calcium. So like that. Then third one, boron, aluminium, and carbon, silicon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen, sulfur, and fluorine, chlorine. These are the periodic table. We already studied this. Anyway, here you can identify the metallic area. What is the metallic area? Mostly this part. This is metallic area, metals. These are the non-metal area. This is non-metal area. So metal area, that exception the hydrogen. Anyway, the aluminium shows atmospheric, that both side, right. Example, here in this diagram you can see, in this diagram, what is sodium, Na2O, strongly basis, right. Sodium strongly basis. When you approach to the second group, weakly. This amphoteric, that means aluminium, both side. Silicon, very weakly acidic. So weakly acidic. So strongly acidic. So when you go through the periodic wise, the acidity of the oxide is going to increase, the basics is going to decrease, right. Therefore, the magnesium oxide is the basic one. SO2, you know that SO2 into the, normally the SO2, normally you know the acidic rain, the manufacturing airs, air pollution, that time the sulfur dioxide, right, burning of tire. So, the sulfur dioxide released to the environment. So, sulfur dioxide as a non-metallic oxide which can dissolve in water and turn to acidic rain. So, acidic rain is the the acidic rain is dangerous for the environment. So, it can be affect the plant, not only the plant, and the lifetime of the buildings also can be affected by this acidic rain. So, therefore, the sulfur dioxide as the acid one. Al2O3 we already discussed. SiO2 means silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide, find out that in the sand, soil, silicon dioxide mostly is available in the soil, right. It's the semiconductors, transistors and diodes mostly using to produce by this SiO2. Anyway, we will go to the next questions, right. The next questions, the animal tissues given in the diagram is muscle cells, nervous tissues and the epithelial tissues and connective tissue. So, the muscle tissues mean, we already studied the muscle tissue. There are three kind of muscles tissues are there. Three kind of muscle tissues are there. What are they? Skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles mean, you know the skeletal mean like this. The sternum and ribs are here. These are the right bones. So, this is called skeletal. So, most of the skeletal muscles attach with the bone. So, attach with the bone. Therefore, this is called skeletal muscles, right. It can use by our thinking power. So, if you want to take something, you can use to contract your muscles or move the muscles and take it. So, therefore, that is called skeletal muscles. This is attached with that. But the skeletal muscles, not as skeletal muscles, and the smooth muscles, mostly is intestines they are. So, the smooth muscles under the microscope, they have find out a ray type of, here the shape is rays, right, the one nucleus there. Then hard muscles especially it has a branches, right. So, skeletal muscles have many nucleus and more what you call mitochondria, because the mitochondria is more important to supply the energy, right. But skeletal muscles is like a cylindrical shape, right. They have find out so many nucleus in this. Anyway, I am going to discuss about muscles, which is there are three kind of muscles. They are smooth muscles and skeletal muscles and cardiac muscles, right. This is introduction here, but in this diagrams not shows as muscle cells. The nervous cells is different from this. Nervous cells shape is like this. The dendrum and everything is there. The muscles, the time is much not, it's going to finish. Anyway, the nervous cells like this, right. Therefore, this is not an answer. The epidermal tissues, that is the answer. Connective tissue, this is not an answer. This is not an answer. This is not an answer. So, the correct answer is epithelium cells. Epithelium cells always the base membrane, right. Base membrane. It can secrete the mucose. Sometimes it can secrete needful substances also. Our skin also having so many layer of the epithelium cells, not only the skin, the internal part of the tubes, right, internal part of our mouth cavity and nasal cavity also having the lined by the epithelium cells, right, epithelium cells, but it don't have a internally a blood supply, but it is always be under the base membrane and it has attached the cells, right, that is epithelium cells. Okay, now the answers is epithelium cells, right, epithelium cells. Okay, the next one, that which of the following energy transformation take place in bicycle dynamo? Bicycle dynamo, that bicycle dynamo, right, the answer is mechanical energy, electric energy. Bicycle dynamo mean, you know that there is a head, right, and the dynamo is here. The bicycle tire attached with this head, bicycle tire, right, the rim and everything this is sting of the tire. Anyway, what happened here, when the moving of the head rotating, what is, when the moving of the tire, according to the moving of the tire, what happened, the head also going to rotate it. Anyway, actually I would like to show the direction of the dynamo, but the direction is wrong, but actually that direction of the dynamo is turned to that. Anyway, the head of the tire always attached with the dynamo, and what is happened, when the mechanical energy, when we cycling, what happened, the mechanical energy, what is mechanical energy converted as electric energy in the dynamo. Okay students, today our class is going to finish in this one. We will meet next class. Thank you very much.